Okay. So today that we will we will go in the day 11. And today that we will talk about applying for a job and then CV, curriculum vitae, and then job interview. So this is the most important part actually, with a lot of questions and how to answer. Yeah. Wait, let me share it first. Okay. Wait. Mm, hmm. There. Okay. Mana job interview? Ooh. Oh, Bro Rizal. How are you, Bro Rizal? It's been a while, bro. How is your day going? How is your day, bro?
Yeah, my day was good. What about you?
It was good. It was good. When you will go to Istanbul, Turkey?
Um, I have been planned for maybe this summer, but let's see.
Oh, which month? Specifically which month?
June?
Oh, June. Okay. But why
Yes.
you choose summer? It will be expensive. Don't you think so?
Uh, Not expensive at all because I get good price for my tickets
Oh, how
and
much? How much?
10 million for round
Oh,
trip.
return.
Yes.
Oh, oke. Tapi kalau misalnya from Jakarta, so direct to Istanbul dong ya?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. So you choose the flight that I chose before.
Yeah.
Turkish. Turkish Airlines.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I
It's good.
told
It's
you
good. It was good.
before.
It was good. It was good.
Yes.
Actually, it was good. I don't feel anything. Before, what did you choose? The airlines.
Um, Before I choose by Oman Air,
Hmm. Oman Air berarti
that's
langsung juga nggak direct?
no, 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 transit
Hmm. Where?
transit in Oman, and
Hmm.
then
How many hours that you have to lay over?
um 6 hours, yeah, something like that,
Ooh, dang.
or 10
Okay.
hours, yeah.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
so long, but yeah, overlay in night, so we can sleep in there.
Mm.
At least we can get in rest
Oh,
and yeah.
but
Oman
10
Airport,
hours. Nah. But the
yes.
price is cheaper or just the same?
Uh cheaper.
Oh,
Cheaper than
cheaper.
this flight, yeah.
Oh, okay. But it was good. Oman Air.
Yeah,
Oh,
they have a good service also.
interesting. Okay. But I think the Turkish is better. But Istanbul is good. The airport is good. It's big and then comfortable. I love it. Yeah. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was not like really long hours that I'm wait there. It's only like 1 hour, more or less. So it's a bit hurry. So I cannot see more, but it's clean. I can tell it's pretty good. Yes, it's good. It's good. I love it. Wait. Okay, so thank you, Borizal. Okay, so let me share for today. So CV, job interview. Okay, so today that we will learn like two materials for today. I thought that I was wrong. It's supposed to be this one. CV. I believe that all of you, it's already common with these things. So that's why I want to choose like two materials for today, just a bit about CV. So how to write a good CV? Okay. So CV is stand for curriculum vitae, and then how to do and then don'ts that you for preparing the CV. So how to write a good CV is most of the times is you have to use active verbs when it's possible. Jadi ini kalau bikin CV-nya in English gitu ya. Jadi kalau bikin CV-nya dalam bahasa Inggris, jadi make sure that you use active verbs. For example, kayak include words like created, analyze, devise to present yourself as a person who shows initiative. Jadi kalau untuk kata-katanya itu harus pakai kalimat yang verbs, kata kerja. And then a good CV doesn't have any spelling or grammar mistakes. Jadi of course you have to make it like really perfect in any grammar jangan sampai ada error di grammarnya itu. And then use a spell checker. Jadi banyak ya aplikasi-aplikasi untuk cek grammar. Ada banyak deh aplikasinya, bisa dicari-cari ya. Dan avoid generic overuse phrases such as team player. Jadi jangan lagi pakai kata-kata kayak kalimatnya kayak what about your value, itu dikasih tahu kayak oh I'm a team player, I'm hardworking, itu tuh too common. Jadi intinya tuh kalimat-kalimatnya itu terlalu biasa aja. Jadi jangan dibikin kalimatnya tuh sama itu lagi gitu intinya ya, seperti itu. Bikin kalimat dengan kata-kata yang baru, dengan penjelasan yang baru. Jadi jangan selalu pakai team player, hardworking, multitasker, perfectionist gitu yang kayak gitu. Kecuali memang udah nggak ada pilihan lain, nggak ada istilah lain untuk mengekspresikan tentang diri kita itu. Terus tailor your CV, jadi pakai CV-nya yang model baru tuh yang kayak sekarang, jadi jangan yang model-model jadul yang lama-lama itu. Jadi dipakai CV yang model baru yang dengan foto yang di sebelah kanan atau di sebelah kiri ya, biasanya seperti itu. Jadi dibikin simple, nggak berlembar-lembar kayak CV-CV zaman dulu, jadi bikinnya biasanya cuma 1 lembar aja, dan semuanya itu udah dirangkum dalam satu dengan format biasanya template-nya itu ada di samping-sampingnya gitu ya, kalau yang model kayak sekarang. Sorry. Banyak juga aplikasi yang bisa pakai untuk bikin CV kita biar lebih rapih dan bagus, tapi semuanya udah kerangkep di dalam 1 lembar aja. Biasanya seperti itu. Sorry. And then create the right type of CV for your circumstances. Decide whether the chronological skills based on best or academic CV is right for you. And then make sure your email address sounds professional. Jadi jangan sampai emailnya itu yang kayak anak-anak gitu ya. Jadi pakai di email, alamat emailnya tuh sounds professional, seperti itu contohnya. Okay. And then one more that I will share about this one. Dan jangan juga bikin kalau seandainya CV itu terlalu panjang. Jadi aku pernah ada satu member, dia itu bikin CV-nya itu sampai berlembar-lembar, tapi isinya itu kebanyakan di part yang ketika dia tuh menjelaskan pengalaman training kerja, bukan training kerja, tapi training kuliah dia, achievement-nya. Nah itu, achievement-nya itu dia bikinnya banyak banget, jadi sampai berlembar-lembar dan itu tuh terlalu bertele-tele gitu. Jadi itu juga bukan dilarang ya, tapi kalau bisa nggak usah. Jadi kalau seandainya kayak ada achievement yang kayak dulu contoh kuliah, when you are in the university tuh dapat kayak contohnya dapat mahasiswa terbaik bla 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 bla, terus udah gitu di apa sih, bukan ini ya, maksudnya kayak di organisasi dapat apalah segala macam. Nah itu nggak usah semuanya dimunculin achievement-achievement kayak gitu. Jadi achievement itu hanya cuman di-post, dimasukin beberapa yang tertinggi, yang paling menurut kalian tuh paling bergengsi, that's the point. Jadi jangan dimasukin semuanya. Karena kadang-kadang masukin semuanya, niat hati tuh pengen tunjukin, tapi jatuhnya jadi terlalu bertele-tele dan orang tuh juga nggak lihat yang kayak gitu-gitu, terlalu akhirnya CV-nya tuh sampai 5 lembar kalau nggak salah waktu itu dia bikin. Jadi itu juga dihindari ya. Oke, so, ini adalah contoh bentuk-bentuk pertanyaan yang biasanya ditanyakan ketika dalam job interview. Nah, we will go to the job interview. So, this one. This one. So, Sis Tiwi, so if I ask you, let's say that I'm the HR. So if I ask you, Sis Tiwi, What about what is your greatest strength, Sis Dewi? And then tell me about yourself. And then what is your greatest strength?
About myself.
Can you tell me about yourself? And then tell me about what is your greatest strength?
About myself, I'm disciplined, and I have good communication with another, and easy to adaptation, and the great achievement. I think just I have leadership, maybe.
Oh, okay. You have a leadership
Yes,
skills.
and the important thing is the honest.
Okay.
Honest when we manage company, when we manage our organization, because in my company, our leadership, our director always appreciate with me with improve our level to keep our level, improve my level.
Okay.
Because of about that.
That's cool. Nah, itu udah pas tuh Sis Dewi. Jadi tidak terlalu panjang, tidak terlalu bertele-tele, tapi udah pas. Jadi nggak terlalu ribet gitu ya cara jawabnya. It's good, it's good. Thank you so much Sis Dewi.
Thank you.
Okay, wait, tunggu aku share. Oke, ini aku spill dulu ya. Ini boleh di screenshot karena ini penting. Biasanya nih kalimat-kalimat ini tuh pasti akan ada di job interview dan pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang seperti ini. Biasanya makin tinggi perusahaannya, makin international perusahaannya, itu pertanyaannya tuh makin akan kayak gini-gini tuh. Makan yang pasti banget biasanya akan dibuka dengan pertanyaan ini. Ini almost I can tell that almost 100% ya. Selalu company atau tes IELTS itu selalu akan tanyain tentang tell me about yourself. Gitu. Jadi ini ya udah pernah aku jelasin juga di pertemuan sebelumnya ketika ditanya tentang tell me about yourself, you don't have to explain like really detail about your personal character, that kind of things, you don't need to. Jadi yang ini tuh tidak perlu. Jadi lebih ke tentang apa sih your personality tapi cuman yang relate sama urusan kerjaan. Jadi gitu ya, intinya lebih kayak gitu. Jadi bukan ngejelasin tentang alamat dan lain-lain. Oke, dan juga ini tentang greatest strength biasanya. Jadi kalau udah ditanyain what is your greatest strength, berarti means that he only want to knows about one thing. Jadi jangan ngejelasin banyak-banyak. Jadi pilih cuma satu karena yang ditanya greatest berarti yang paling powerful dari kemampuan kalian tuh skill yang paling terkuat itu apa. Nah itu, jadi pilih salah satu. Dan biasanya akan disertai dengan pertanyaan what is your greatest weakness dan jadi pertanyaannya apa kekurangan kelemahan terbesar kamu. Nah ini ketika ditanyain tentang greatest weakness biasanya coba aku mau tanya ke Sis Nopa. What about you Sis Nopa? When a company just ask you like about what is your greatest weakness, what is your answer?
My greatest thank you for the question. My greatest weakness is when I start working, I will try hard to focus on that work until it's finished. So I will overly giving my time to solve the problem.
Oke, jadi artinya kayak overthinker gitu maksudnya ya?
Perfectionist when I do something.
Perfectionist.
Yes.
Oke, nah oke. Bagus. Nah, jadi jawabannya itu boleh perfectionist, tapi jawab dulu perfectionist di awal. Jadi my greatest weakness. Nah, perfectionist itu kan sebenarnya dibilang jelek juga enggak ya? Nah, itu bagus. Itu salah satu yang terbaik tuh, jawaban paling terbaik. Kalau seandainya ngomongin tentang greatest weakness, itu baiknya ketika kita memilih tentang weakness kita, pilih yang tidak benar-benar jelek gitu. Jadi intinya weakness-nya itu adalah something that kayak bittersweet antara manis sama pahit. Jadi nggak bener-bener jelek-jelek banget. Jadi kalau perfectionist itu kan bukan satu hal yang buruk banget. Sebenarnya itu baik, tapi karena dia terlalu berlebihan, akhirnya jadi over perfectionist. Jadi akhirnya kayaknya kesannya tuh kita agak susah untuk menerima satu hal yang nggak perfect gitu ya intinya. Jadi akhirnya seperti itu. Nah, jadi boleh tuh dijelasin greatest weakness. I think my greatest weakness is sana perfectionist, but it can be tricky. Nah, jadi pakai cara yang kemarin tuh yang di day one itu. Jadi dijelasin dulu. I don't think that this can be like really the greatest weakness that I have gitu. Jadi bisa dijelasin dulu. Sebenarnya itu tuh bukan jelek-jelek banget sih, bukan weakness banget sih sebenarnya. It can be a good thing sometimes. I need to be perfectionist, but I can take perfectionist as my greatest weakness. Baru dijelasin. Jadi jawabannya tuh di awal dulu. Jadi kasih tahu dulu my greatest weakness, I think it's apa gitu. Bagus, perfectionist itu termasuk salah satu jawaban yang tidak kelihatan sama sekali kelemahannya. Jadi nggak buruk-buruk banget gitu. Terus, what about Sis Nabila? What about your answer? If someone just ask you about what is your greatest weakness, Sis Nabila?
Maybe I cannot answer like Sis Nopah yang nggak terlalu pahit atau terlalu manis.
Apa
Because
tuh berarti?
I think maybe I'm a perfectionist and I'm a touchy. Apa ya?
Touchy. Maksudnya
Touchy.
gampang tersentuh
Yes.
gitu. Oh,
Yes.
sensitif ya, sensitif
Yeah, I'm a
maksudnya.
sensitive. Yes.
Oke, you're sensitive. Nah, jadi kalau seandainya kayak gitu, karena yang pertama tadi ada perfectionist, yang keduanya itu ada sensitif. Nah, itu boleh diomongin tapi pilih salah satu aja. Karena kan yang ditanya greatest, berarti yang paling. Jadi dia cuma nanya satu biasanya. Jadi pilih salah satu. Jadi saran aku, you just mention about the perfectionist tadi. Jadi kasih tahu tentang perfectionistnya karena sensitif itu kadang-kadang bisa dianggapnya kita itu bisa jadi kayak gampang kasihan sama orang gitu. Apalagi kalau seandainya when you want to looking for a job itu pekerjaan yang tidak yang harus kayak kita tuh harus lebih strong gitu loh, lebih nggak gampang kasihan sama orang segala macam gitu. Jadi tidak dianggapnya kadang-kadang company itu berpikir bahwa wah ini orang tuh akan mudah di-intimidating gitu. Jadi baiknya kalau seandainya ditanya greatest weakness itu jawab aja perfectionist-nya. Fokus di perfectionist-nya karena perfectionist itu jawaban yang sangat aman untuk ngomongin tentang kelemahan. Apalagi salah satu contohnya itu selain perfectionist itu bisa juga pakai over independent. Nah, over independent itu juga termasuk salah satu yang bagus. Jadi dia nggak jelek-jelek banget artinya gitu. Karena artinya dia tuh orangnya tuh sangat independen, saking independennya kadang-kadang dia itu tidak mau menyusahkan timnya, jadi dia lebih suka kerja. Dia menganggap bahwa ketika saya kerjain sendiri tuh jadi lebih bagus gitu. Nah itu tuh namanya over independent. Jadi kadang-kadang itu dibilang jelek banget juga enggak, tapi ya kurang bagus aja gitu. Jadi seperti itu. Jadi kalau saran aku, kecuali dia tanya lagi Sis Nabila, what about the other? Gitu seandainya. Ada lagi nggak? Nah baru deh boleh ngomong itu touching. Yang tadi, yang touchy itu. Gitu. What about what makes you unique? Kalau saya ditanya, what makes you unique?
I can take on people like anything, and I can think something of short time.
Jadi bisa cepat gitu maksudnya berpikirnya?
Iya, kalau seumpama ada pertanyaan dadakan atau harus mikir saat itu juga, I can.
Oke. Nah itu bisa pakai istilahnya gini. I'm a fast pack. Biasanya istilahnya tuh bisa kayak gini. Jadi artinya itu ke Sis Nabila tuh cepat gitu loh. Orangnya tuh taktis, nggak bisa cepat berpikirnya gitu. Cara berpikirnya tuh bisa cepat. Nah itu tuh bisa pakai istilahnya yang ini. Boleh juga pakai tadi penjelasannya. It's good. It's really good. Okay. So so thank you so much Sis Nabila.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, what about Sis Nisa? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So if the company just ask you, like, tell me about something that's not on your resume.
Not in my resume.
Kira-kira apa yang Ini biasanya pertanyaannya juga sering ketemu nih. Kalau pas lagi di perusahaan-perusahaan yang besar, biasanya mereka akan tanyanya lebih detail. Tapi biasanya ditanyanya sama orang luar nih biasanya. Tell me about something that's not on your resume. Bahkan mereka biasanya nggak mau baca tuh resume-nya.
Maybe I'm motivated. I am highly motivated and versatile professional in multimedia software, and I'm continuous to grow. So I open to exploring another opportunities, and that's not relevant in with my education maybe. Like that.
Oke. Nah, bagus. Nah, kalau ini kan kadang-kadang kan karena pertanyaannya nggak common ya, yang kayak gini. Nah, ini boleh dipakai pakai ekspresinya pakai yang kemarin, yang day 1 sampai day 5 itu yang tentang wow, that's a great questions, pakai opening praise-nya. Nah, ini tuh boleh dipakai ekspresi itu. Jadi lebih kayak wow, I didn't expect, bisa sambil tersenyum dan sambil dibicarain, wow, I didn't expect about these questions, but gitu. Jadi bisa dibicarain kayak gitu. Karena pertanyaan ini tuh tidak common gitu. Jadi kalau ketika pas lagi ada job interview dan ketemu dengan pertanyaan yang tidak common, itu boleh dicoba dipakai ekspresi yang di opening praise itu. Gimana caranya kita mengekspresikan kayak wow, I didn't expect about these questions. That's really good actually, bla 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 gitu, seperti itu. But the answer is already good. Thank you so much, Sis Nisa.
Thank you.
Oh, one more. What about this one? Describe your work ethic or describe your work style.
What does it mean?
Kalau work style itu tipenya yang kerjanya itu yang tipe kerjanya seperti apa? Yang sukanya, contohnya yang kayak lebih suka nomad, jadi kayak lebih suka yang tipe kerja yang di kantor, yang bener-bener yang kantoran, atau tipe kerja yang sukanya kayak for example kayak marketing yang relate sama customers, atau tipe orang yang kerjanya sukanya di mana aja, mobile gitu. What kind of you describe your work style?
I tend to work nomad. I tend to work in out of office gitu, like in outdoor like this, and yeah, I can do both in office, but I prefer to work outside office.
Oh, okay, but your job right now that you are working in the office?
Yes.
Okay. Okay then. Okay, so thank you so much, Sis Nisa. Well, okay. Hello, Bro Wahyudi. Welcome. Okay, so for the next questions, it's about this one. Siapa yang belum aku tahu ya? Bro Mahaya deh.
Yep.
Okay. So I know that you are still students, but I want to ask you about something like this. For example, that you want to take like a scholarship, yeah, let's say that you are just like taking a scholarship atau mau kerja, for example, and then just someone just ask you like, do you work well with other people? And for example, the questions biasanya kayak gini, yang paling common ketemunya adalah what will they describe about you? If I ask to your previous friends atau previous coworkers, how they will explain about you? Nah, biasanya ada pertanyaan kayak gitu. So, what is your answer?
Okay, wait. Well, thank you very much for the question. It's quite hard, but I think I do work quite well with other people. Because I do tend to make friends quite easily, whether it is male or female, because I am quite extroverted, and so I do like to meet new people, and I do tend to like to work with them more.
Okay.
But if the previous friends that I have describe me, I think it would be somewhat like this. I'm a very serious person. If I do focus, I do not like to be disturbed, whether it is something that is just not important or even somewhat important. But I do share hope if I am still very, very focused. Nobody actually distract me, and if you still have a very important information, you can do it after I am done with my own work. But if it is quite urgent, you can just say, I have an urgent information. Can you give some time? And so I will work it out. But usually, if I am very focused, I cannot be distracted even a single bit. Thank you.
Oh, okay, that's cool. What about is there something that you're passionate about? What are you passionate about?
Passionate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Passionate, I am very passionate about a lot of things, but the one that is I'm very passionate on is my piano. So, but usually I don't play piano in front of like a large group of people, except in a concert or like with my friends, and they ask me to play one. But piano is one of the one that I'm very passionate about, and because it does require a lot of focus, and I'm like playing piano while reading it. If it's a song that I've never heard of or a song that I've never played, it's usually needs even more focus. But yeah, piano is the one that I'm very passionate about. Yeah, that's it probably. I want to talk about
Okay.
a second thing.
Oh, wow, you can play a piano.
Yes, I can. I
Oh,
have
okay.
like, if I'm not mistaken, if I accumulate every year, it's about 6 or 7 maybe
Oh,
of
okay.
of
But you
learning piano.
play it by yourself or you just like taking a course?
Oh, I take some lessons, and
Mm.
yeah, but because it's already like about 6 years, it's just if you give me a piece and like I can just do it in like 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's really cool. Okay, so thank you so much, Bro Mahaya.
Thank you.
Next, okay, I want to ask to Bro Wahyudi. Are you there, Bro Wahyudi?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so how if just like HR, for example, just ask you like, how would your coworkers describe your personality? Nah, biasanya pertanyaan gitu ada tuh biasanya. Jadi gimana your coworkers yang in the previous company will describe about your personality? It's a bit tricky actually, this question. What is your answer?
Several my friend tell me about that I am a hard worker, eager to know, but cannot focus in one thing. If
What do
I
you mean by cannot
didn't
focus?
finish one, if I didn't finish position or challenges, I switch to seeking for other challenges. This is my problem from last many years ago until right now that I cannot solve this problem. But actually, I am a chairman, helpful, and good relationship with many peoples in around multidiscipline field of industry and also in many hobbies. One of my hobbies is beside swimming and investment, I also like and hard supporter of Indonesia national football team.
Really?
So I always watch, give full support to my national team in football. Maybe many of my friend explain me about like that.
Okay, so they will explain it about that, yeah? Okay, so what about something that you passionate about? What is your passionate? I mean, are you passionate type of person? And what are you passionate about?
Yes, my passion is stock investment.
Oh, stock
I
investment.
did this stock investment. I've been investing from 40 years ago until right now. Although in
Oh.
the final result until right now I have many lost lost a lot of money, but I still do this my passion and try to get to learn to be better in investment,
Oke,
especially
so
in stock investment.
oh stok ya, tapi saham berarti ya. Berarti beda sama Bro Yosua, bukan di kripto mainnya ya.
Paham.
Oh, oke di saham.
Saham.
Oke. Why you choose is stock more than another investment?
Because stock, if we choose stock as investment instrument, we can make analyze and imagine that we have own the company. For example, we buy stock of PT Telkom Indonesia, we own this company and make analyze and proud of this company if this company have better and best performance. In other type of investment like crypto and maybe money market, I cannot make analyze and having not no prod to be to join this type of investment.
Okay, so that's your reason. That's why you choose stock more than another investment, another type of investment, yeah. Okay. Okay. So thank you so much, Bro Wahyudi.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so this one. Nah. Okay. So is there any questions before I divided you in the breakout rooms? Ini jadi pertanyaannya adalah seperti ini. Ini boleh aku share, terus nanti tolong di screenshot aja ya. Nah, ini dia. Jadi yang pertanyaan pertama adalah just kalau sana is there like if there is a questions, ada yang tanya apa namanya why you are leaving your job. Nah, itu ya, atau bentuknya pertanyaannya adalah why do you want to change your job? Kurang lebih sama ya. Jadi pertanyaannya pasti tentang kayak why about leaving your job. Ini tuh sebenarnya jenis pertanyaannya aja, tapi sebenarnya artinya maknanya sama. Dan juga ini pertanyaan yang kedua yang terpenting. Biasanya akan ditanyakan juga adalah why should we hire you? Kenapa saya harus menerima kamu kerja di sini? Nah, ini adalah pertanyaan yang disinilah kamu menjual dirimu. Jadi adalah yang harus difokuskan adalah bagaimana ketika kita ngejawab itu harus menunjukkan bahwa seberapa kamu tuh akan memberi kontribusi terhadap perusahaan ini. Nah, itu intinya. Sama seperti nyambung nih ya sama pertanyaan yang selanjutnya ini. Jadi this is the things. Jadi simulasi kalau sana di dalam breakout itu kalian tuh menanyakan tentang satu these questions yang tentang leaving job dan why should we hire you? Yang ketiga itu tentang what can you contribute for this company? Itu pertanyaannya ya. Dan kalau masih ada waktunya boleh dijawab tentang salary. Kira-kira sana salary-nya tuh kalian mau berapa? Itu ya. Jadi yang pertamanya pertanyaan pertama tentang why you leaving your job, your previous job before. Terus kenapa saya harus menerima kamu, mempekerjakan kamu? And then what can you contribute to this company? Jadi kira-kira kontribusi apa yang bisa kamu kasih untuk perusahaan ini? Dan kalau masih ada waktunya, just explain about salary. Kira-kira expectation salary-nya mau berapa? Jawabannya apa? Gitu ya. Okay. There you go.